Good morning, folks. We're up here by the barn. The white line you see in front of me on the ground. Oh, it's windy. Sorry about that, guys. It's gonna be where the contour line is for our property on this slope. So I'm gonna dig it out and then mound it up on the other side. It's called a swale. And we're just gonna test this one for a little bit and see, if we're doing it right. And then we'll do another few after that going down the hill. So let me set up the camera and I'll get started. So that's the gist of it, really. It's just a ditch. It follows the contour of the ground. And one side's sloped to receive the water, and the other side's bermed to hold the water back. So ideally what'll happen is this trench will fill up with, 6 inches of water or so after a storm. And what I'm gonna do is I'll track it to the end and I'll open it up. It'll go down, it'll catch the next swale, and I'll, same thing, follow the contour over to here where it'll double back on itself, and then just like that, back and forth down. I think maybe 4 or 5 swales altogether. So this is just tractor work. I gotta come through with the hand tools and clean stuff up, but I need to eat. I'm hot. So we're out here at the swale, and Lincoln and Gigi are giving me a little bit of help. We got Lincoln here on hose and water control,
looking around,
and then Gigi's down there raking out some of the lumps that are in. But I'm happy so far. It's moving in the direction I want it to, and it's relatively slow, which is good. So we'll keep filming, or we'll keep watching it, see how it goes. So it's filling up.
get out of it.
I got this is that back spot. We were doing it with hand. I think I'll just wait and come back with the tractor. But it's 3/4 of the way down with just the garden hose, so you can imagine a good heavy rainfall. Catching all this water and holding it in place. So got the 2 helpers out there. Bones is providing security. I have no idea where Brownie is right now. So the water made it all the way to the end. The bottom of the swale is not level, nor does it really need to be per se, as long as the overflows are all the same height. And then what I'll do down here is I'll push that back a little farther yet, and I'll just cut a little like spillway, so it'll be just about the same height as the ditch, but the spillway will engage before the ditch overflows its trench, and it'll overflow into the next swale, and so on down the line. So this is one, and Gigi helped me out, worked out well.
I'm here.
She's building dams right now.
Yeah.
So
I like it because it goes flooding fast.
but this is good. This actually gives me a better idea of what I got to clear than when I was looking at it. I can see there's one high spot there, and then there's one high spot right here. Those two I got to clean up, but that's not too shabby.
Alright, ready? I'm releasing it.
She's releasing the dam.
Yeet. Wow.
Yahoo! It's like a whitewater rafting.
Alright.
Okay, afternoon, folks. I've had lunch and took a shower. It went pretty good. It's clay there, just 2 inches of topsoil, maybe 4 inches in some spots. But the majority of it is clay. So we'll bring in some of our compost and our soil we have, and probably top dress everything when we plant, and same thing with the trees when we plant. So the hugelkultur beds, this is the same principle where you're collecting and storing the water, and it's just modified. Whereas a hugelkultur bed, you typically have your water in one area. Some people don't even have it be in a wet area. I just prefer it that way. There's so much resource in the water that's coming out of the ground and the rain water. It's just better than the garden hose stuff. It's the way I feel about it. So the hugelkultur bed fills up with a foot of water deep, and then it can suck up the bed itself can suck up all that water and use it for weeks to come after. This swale system will be similar. It'll start at the top near the barn, and like I said, it'll come down one swale where it'll have a switchback, and then down to another one where it'll have a switchback. And you can do it however you want. You could have a key line, or I think it's called a key line. But anyhow, basically you have your swales following the contour across, and then you just have one trench down the middle that everything else feeds into and feeds each other swale. I think in our case we're working on such a short field and such a short system that we would lose the water too fast. My goal is to slow the water down, give it time to percolate down deep into the ground. Also to percolate into that mound, and on the mound we'll plant trees and asparagus and just about anything we can think of that's perennial. And then we'll probably fill in little gaps and stuff with annuals just to make use of it all. But there's a lot of time spent in watering, and I don't mind watering, but there's a lot of things that I prefer doing than standing there with the garden hose. So these systems are designed to be passive and just kind of work on their own. And you show up and you check on them and you make sure you don't have to adjust anything. And then, you work out, you can go back and just keep checking on them from time to time. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I know I'm a little bit long-winded, and stick with us on this one. There'll be more of this project to come. It's just I do as I do, and I'll work a little bit on it, and I'll come back after a couple weeks and work on it, or Actually, this one I probably won't. We're running out of time. We've got to if we want to plant stuff, we ought to get it done sooner than later. All right, folks. Thank you again for watching and making it this far. And if you enjoyed it, please give me a like or a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, or subscribe. Thanks, folks.